Do you travel? And when you do,
I don't, because I can't walk, so I don't travel. My wife is she goes to Israel every year. She loves it there. I said, I want you to come. I says, Carol, for the next 1,000 years, I'll be going there every year for the Feast of Tabernacles, and I'll be able to travel at the speed of thought. I'm going to wait. It's not that far off. I'm not going to go like this. This is no fun. You know, I can wait. I'm okay. Traveling at the speed of thought is going to be awesome. And I'm going to enjoy it more than all the rest of you because of this. So I'm thinking, like, this is only temporary. This is only temporary. This is no big deal. I'm going to be good forever. And it's coming up quick. And so I'm good. Yeah, Jesus, if you're paying attention to what's happening in the sky, just here, yesterday with what happened in the sky, God is making a point. He's always used the sky as his billboard. He is coming back really soon. I mean, the four blood moons, all on Jewish feasts this year. I mean, it's like he's always been talking to the sky. And you got to be brain dead not to get it. And I'm looking forward to it, man. It is going to be awesome. Righteous government. It's going to be so cool. So.
so because you got the chemtrails, but because your trees and plants are rooted and sustained by good minerals, you don't notice chemtrail.
Well, no, because see, and what he showed me was, you see, the chemtrails, that's aluminum barium that's brought by water to the ground, can't penetrate the wood chips. It acts as a filter, and so it can't get into my plants. What I get in this is that God knew about chemtrails long before they did. And he built into this amazing creation, he made these awesome principles of protection. It didn't catch him by surprise. And when you connect to him, you're under the... Psalm 91 is so powerful. I am under the shadow of the Almighty. And all the evil that's happening all around me, chemtrails and all of it, will never happen here. I love that. And I so experience it. I'm telling you, man, it's huge. This peace I have is just phenomenal. You can't buy that. You can't set that up. That's presence. God just enjoys hanging out at my place. He's very welcome here. And he likes hanging out. And I just feel like, I'm so blessed. And if everything shuts down, nothing changes for me. I don't go to the store. I need nothing from them. I'm good. It's just like, it's awesome.
Yeah, what do you do about, like we live on city water. You've got nice well water. Do you recommend
Well,
filtration?
here's again the thing that's so amazing about what school did to us. In World War II, they used chlorine as biological warfare to kill people. And after the war, they wanted to make the money they're making by producing it in the war. So they told us, well, put this in your water for your health. You mean you're killing people on one hand, and now my water is good for me? And nobody questioned it. No, fluoride is toxic waste. Big time. Capital letters. And this is good for me and my water? It's not so. I feel so thankful. I'm just telling you. I feel so, the quality of life I experience here is, on this planet, in this age, is like amazing. I feel so blessed. Thank you, Father. Chlorine, your shower, you see, you put nothing on your skin you don't eat. Did you hear me? Put nothing on your skin you wouldn't eat, because your skin is the largest organ in your body, and everything you put in your skin goes into you. So every time you take a shower with chlorine, you're taking in all this chlorine in your body. I'm just telling you, man, it's just, we don't get what's happening to us with this assault from the enemy to take us out. That's what it is. When this all started in 1948, Israel became a nation? He knew it was over for him. One generation left. And he's made such an effort with food and all these things to kill us, because he knows his time is short. And the word says he comes to earth with great wrath because he knows his time is short. It's so obvious. But that jerk just has no place here. I don't put up with him. I will not give any place to him. I just have no use for him. I will not take his influence, because I know better.
Your kids Do you have kids around the area, Paul?
I have seven. I have 7 kids. One's living here now. I have 2 in Sequim. I have 1 in Tacoma. I got 1 just moved to uh, not Australia, New Zealand, and then 1's in Europe, and then one's that in South Carolina.
So are you saying, Paul, that I'm wasting my money because I'm buying store-bought kombucha?
Not wasting it, but it's just would be better if it wasn't pasteurized. I think it's really good. If you look at how it took a rage on the whole, I mean everybody's buying it. I mean it all of a sudden from nothing became like, you go to places that have it on tap. I mean this is amazing stuff. And in Japan, it was interesting. A woman in Japan went to Manchuria, and she's discovering these people that live over 120 years. And she asked, what's up? I do kombucha. They put on national television in Japan, and millions in Japan make it. I mean, it's amazing food, and it's really good for us. So if you can't make it, buying's okay, but when you realize how simple it is and how cheap it is.
Well, so I was making it, but it's the temperature thing I was having a struggle with, keeping it at that constant.
It's not that big of a deal. I have mine. I actually built a cabinet behind my wood stove for kombucha.
You love kombucha.
I'm not going to change. I'm doing it 28 years. It's awesome food. Why would I quit eating good food?
$3 for a bottle.
Yeah,
You know?
and so I created this cabinet behind my wood stove because there's a chimney there. It's always warm in the winter when I'm doing my stove, so it's a warm spot. But during the summer when I don't use the stove, the stove's not going, and my kombucha is totally fine. So I'm seeing that the temperature isn't that big of a deal from experience, because all summer long I don't have the stove running. And it's no heat. And it's doing great. I don't see any difference. Now what's interesting about wood heat, it's the finest heat in the world. And in the wintertime when I am doing it, the flavor is just a step above. Because wood is the most amazing heating element next to the sun. You know what God showed me was so awesome about His creation? See, I've always heated with wood, because it's just the best heat. When you stand in the sun, the heat from the sun goes into your tissue, through your tissue, goes right into you. It's thermal. The only other heat that does that is wood heat. It does the same thing. So I asked God why. He told me it was awesome. The trees take in photosynthesis from the sun, and they store it in their cells, and when it's burned, they give it back. It's the same heat. I love Him. And when you think about it, all heating sources we use are not renewable. Wood heat is. Everything about Him is so perfect, so awesome. Like, wow, I love it. He's just the best.
So you're open through September till the end of the month?
This is it today.
Oh,
This is the last tour for the year. We're done. You guys were it.
You start up again.
I do the first Sunday in June. I start up again. I used to go through October, but I found I didn't have apples, and apples are real important to me. So I've made a point to hold off so I can get apples.
Thank you for the ones you shared today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for the tour.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Opening up your home and your garden to us, definitely.
Well, again, I really believe in the spirit that I was created for this. I know I'm doing today what I was made for. And I feel so thankful because a lot of people go through life and never realize what they were made for. And I really know I was created to do what I'm doing. And I feel so thankful. Thank you, Father.
You have so many apples that you produce every year. How do you preserve?
I have a walk-in cooler, an 8x10 walk-in cooler, and I run the temperature between 28 and 32. And because I have fans blowing, it doesn't freeze. But at that temperature, nothing changes. They really store well.
Preserves them?
Yeah, at that temperature, nothing's going to change.
Wow. So
And-
you eat everything you produce.
Oh, and what amazes me is I eat an apple every morning, and I'm good until night. I eat no lunch, and I have full energy. And what I'm getting is that when you have nutrient-dense food, you don't need a lot. And the reason we're eating so much today is because our food doesn't have nutrient density. You look at these poor children that are obese today. They're starving to death on full stomachs. They're eating dead food, and they're having to create, bone cells, and they're growing, and the body's crying out, "I'm hungry, feed me," because what they fed them wasn't food. And the body can't get it all out through feces, so it packs off in fat cells, and they keep eating dead food, and they're so starving because it wasn't food. And I'm so getting it. Just this, I've been here 28 years, and I'm watching. When I used to eat 3 meals a day, I don't anymore because my food is superior to what it was 25 years ago. And what's amazing me is how amazing God created our bodies, which just shows His redemptive nature. Do you realize that every 7 years, your entire skeletal structure is completely renewed? Every 7 years. And you see, how I walk, I fall a lot. And I go down full weight on this crushed rock or on blacktop, on concrete. Full weight. I don't bruise, nothing breaks. Because I know my bone structure today is far superior to what it was 25 years ago. I love God. He's awesome. And what I'm getting, if you read the Bible, it makes a significant statement that getting old and decrepit is unnatural. Because it says, as your days, so shall your strength be. God designed us to live our full lives in full strength. If you look at the life of Moses, at 120 years old, he climbed that mountain unassisted to view the promised land he could see because his eyes were like eagles that was a long ways away. He wasn't tired. He wasn't worn out. Joshua and Caleb had to wait 40 years for the unbelievers to die off. And they took on that, give me that mountain. They weren't tired. And you're getting that getting old and decrepit is unnatural because your body is continually renewing. That's how God made it. And it's just, and when it's not, it's because it's malnutrition. It's not getting food. And I'm just amazed when I was younger, I don't even know what a headache feels like. It's been so long. I have no recollection of what a headache feels like. And I haven't been sick for a decade or more. Absolutely no sickness. And I'm realizing sickness is unnatural. It is unnatural. And you're eating nutrient-dense food, you just can't get sick. It's impossible. It can't happen. And I'm around people sneezing and coughing. I get wet in the rain. I get cold. I don't get sick because my body's well supported and knows how to heal. It's quite capable. It's all about support. So it's been so fun for me just in this process to learn, to have my eyes opened up, to having had to see contrast when I bought stuff from the store, how I felt, and when I don't, so to me it's been such a blessing, such an education, such wisdom I've been able to gain. I just feel so thankful, and I want to share it. I want people to get it, because it's really simple.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
You're so welcome.
You eat sauerkraut or?
I make all that cabbage. I use sauerkraut. Yeah, because that's fermented food. It's so good. And I do kimchi. And I make kombucha. I really into again because our culture, so much is attacking our gut flora. So we really have to make an effort to really encourage it and support it.
Do you make your own kimchi?
Yeah.
And fermented vegetables?
Yeah. Sauerkraut. Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you how you do it?
Well, I have a crock. I just put the cabbage in it. Let it just ferment. It's all pretty simple. It's not really hard. And the kombucha. Huh?
Seems so, I feel so far removed from your world.
Well, you probably are.
Yeah.
Because of where you live and how you live.
Yeah.
This is why I know. See, my parents in Los Angeles grew all of our own food, which was unheard of in the city. And so I just know that I was prepared to do what I'm doing. This is not something I thought of 10 years ago. This is a lifestyle that's been progressively growing and developing so I could do what I'm doing. So I feel so thankful. Yay, God.
Well, I wonder, so much of the time you talk about how God is making these things manifest in your life, and a lot of people don't get God manifesting things in their life. And I'm wondering if you have any insights and tips for people that are struggling with that.
Yeah, and it's so simple. I lived my whole life with a wife who hears all day long, and I never heard God. She says, God just told me this. What? wow, I don't ever hear anything. How do you get that? Well, I just heard. And so I'm struggling with that for like decades. She got me this teaching by Mark Verkler, which changed my life. He's giving a testimony just like mine. I read the Word, I pray, I seek God, I never hear. And I'm asking people, how do you hear God? Oh, you just know and you're knower, and all of and it's not connecting. And he made a statement that changed my life. It was so powerful. He says, God's voice comes as a spontaneous thought. And all of a sudden, it's like this major shade was lifted off, and I realized I've been hearing all my life. I never knew what it was. And for those of you who've wondered about hearing from God, if you pray and you get a thought that comes in that you weren't looking for, you question, is that you, God? And how you'll know if it is Him, He'll confirm it. Something will come up, spontaneous thought, or someone will say something that will connect you to that thought, and you'll know you heard. And what I'm finding in experience, if you're faithful in little, He gives you more. If you start paying attention to those thoughts, to those words you're hearing, and noticing that's Him, more comes. And today, my whole life, every single day, I'm hearing all day long. He's always speaking. And I could be on the phone and people are hearing from God as you weren't looking for that. That thought just came to confirm what I said. That was God. And they realized, that was. Wow. So I've been so thankful because my wife has really taught me a lot. It's been really great.
Where's the bunkhouse?
The
We
bunk.
can all stay overnight.
Well, I don't have a bunkhouse, and
It's hard to leave.
Yeah, hard to leave.
We gotta go catch
Got a
a
lot of
ferry.
good
Yeah.
words
We
from all
Well,
appreciate everything.
again, thank you guys. It was a pleasure having you. It was a beautiful day,
It was.
and I just bless all of you.
Bless you too, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. See you soon, I hope. I hope he's coming back soon. Like,
Oh yeah, we got a great
Let's
future
see
together.
in the air.
Great
Maybe in
future.
June we'll see you again.
Okay.
Your light is real bright.
Thank you so much. Bless you. Bless you.
God bless you, Paul.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Thank
Really
you.
wonderful pleasure, Paul.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul, for your
Thank
ministry.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Bless you, Paul.
Thank you. Listen, God met you today. Really. He wants you to know He's really good.
Thank you.